got a chance to look back onto the 24 season. Last fruit was in the door on the 10th of April. It seems like a lifetime ago now, but yeah, bit of a great start to the season.
Yeah, crikey, it was obviously a fantastic vintage for us, but was really set up by a fantastic season all the way through. We had a cooler winter to start and a slightly delayed bud burst, which felt like we were back to normal and good timing. Flowering was pretty average across both regions, both Martinborough and the Hawke's Bay definitely had quite average and a bit cooler flowering conditions. And that really moderated our crop levels. Like we saw the bunches were a bit smaller this year, and that we had a slightly fewer bunches, so not high crop levels. And then we kind of finally led into a nice classic summer. Yeah, really low rainfall, some great temperatures, like consistently hitting that 30 degrees all through summer, which kept everybody happy during the week at work and on the weekends.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, we had moderate crops, high level of sunshine, and the dream end was leading into a harvest period with almost no rain and drought-like conditions in both regions. So set us up really well, and was nice for the team to be able to dial in that management, and it kind of worked in with them. The canopy management looked amazing. We managed to get all our shoot positioning and kind of the congestion out of those canopies and keep them nice and open, and pristine fruit, squeaky clean, which is obviously the way we like it.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's great getting that that really clean fruit, but amazing concentration and flavour. One thing I think back is with that hotter summer and autumn, but still having some good ground cover through that undervine mowing. That's been a bit of a game changer with those lower ground temperatures and holding in some moisture, and so we've still got some amazing wines with great flavour ripeness and intensity, but they've been fresh and really pretty. So that's been great seeing those innovations really come to life this year, I guess.
Absolutely. And it's probably one change for us this year with autumn felt like autumn. We're obviously picking a lot of our Gimlet Gravel Chardonnay right at the end of February as an early March, but as soon as we hit March, the temperatures cooled right down, and which gave us that massive diurnal range to hold that freshness. We're consistently having nights that were cool, and even down in Martinborough, we ended up fighting some frost in the middle of harvest.
Wasn't that crazy? -2 one morning or something.
Which felt kind of madness at the time, but really produced that kind of intensity into that Sauvignon Blanc, and holding those flavour profiles and freshness really well. But that flowering definitely impacted berry size a lot. We had very small berries across our reds. Looking at our Syrah and Bordeaux reds, like really high skin to pulp ratio, which made picking decisions interesting because things ripen quite quickly.
Another great hallmark of this vintage is that heat with the phenolic development and that extended hang time, and be able to get some really ripe tannins. And obviously that leads into higher whole cluster components in a lot of our reds. But also I think that coupled with the really clean fruit and that high acid, being able to leave things alone and fermenter a bit. So minimal extraction techniques and quite a long time on skin still. So we're seeing a lot of the reds that are really concentrated and really flavour intense, but man, they are so pretty. So that's really exciting, and I think that's going to be something to really look forward to for the next 12 months, tasting out a barrel, and as we look at those.
Absolutely, and that kind of X factor with those aromatics and prettiness is something that we've been kind of earning to chase every year, and nice to cash in on a season like this, which is magic. And the evolution of those wines is going to be fascinating across all varieties really, and it's not many vintages that you come away so proud and confident across all the varietals. And this is another one of those vintages, as it feels like kind of 7 and 13 and 19 and 20, where most of the varieties have absolutely shone.
And then within those varieties, just having so much diversities of all our different sub blocks and our trials and all the fraction picks, and be able to keep them separate and really see the site speak a bit more now that we've got 20+ year vine age, and And it's a great season to really showcase that, I think. And yeah, it's super exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it was fantastic for the Vic guys to be able to actually use all that precision viticulture mapping and actually find zones of select parcels within blocks that we could isolate different flavours, and for you to be able to keep those separate to see what shines and what doesn't. And yeah, it's been exciting to dial that in, and and obviously when we hit the blending table, we'll know the final results of that.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.